Alright. I mean, hello, welcome down past the rings, volume 134. Today we're talking about the People's Tempo Project and Sleeper Wave split that came out on February the 1st, 2019. Semi-colorful history? I don't know, this is too hot. Let's do it. So, yeah, I mean, like, this goes back to the People's Tempo Project Miatej tour of 2014 or 15? I don't remember. I think it was 2014. So, during that tour, I got to know the People's Tempo Project guys very well. Awesome people. And during that tour, they had Greg, in particular, had picked up a some kind of like a self-help audio thing, and he was grabbing snippets of it and slowing it down and playing it at the shows, and we all thought it was hilarious. We're like, this is great. You need to, well, he didn't need us to tell him to use it. He already had the idea to use it on the next recordings, I guess, of the band. So fast forward to some point in 2018, and after I think like 2 years of People's Tempo Project trying to get Sleeper Wave onto a split, they finally managed to do it. Sleeper Wave released a 8-song EP back in 2015 or something like that. Absolutely fantastic, off-minor-esque, jazzy screamo that still stands up very well today if you go back and listen to that. I guess it's the second EP, but the longer one with like the Jerome's Dream-esque cover. And then I asked them to be on the 8 Feet Under double 12-inch comp, and they ended up submitting some of the best tracks for the entire thing. And they were kind of like the last one that I added, not expecting too much and being beyond impressed. So this, not only are these the next song after that, these are the last Sleeper Wave song. So they didn't release anything else after this. Really good stuff from both bands, honestly. And I gotta mention, like, right away, like, I love this cover. Not only is the art itself really good, I love these little like dots and stuff, but the color scheme is exactly what I love my purples and my blue mixtures. So kudos on the artwork on that. Oh, by the way, this was released by Akashita Corp, which is Greg, essentially, from People's Tempo Project's label, IFB Records, Dingleberry Records, and ZBR. I can't speak for the rest of the labels, but we are sold out of all of these. I can't remember if it was like 200 or 300. I feel like it was 300, just on black with stamped AB. Well, they're not AB, they're P and S, I guess. And the copies come with a nice insert here with the lyrics and so forth. Well, at least for Sleeper Wave, PTP is pretty bare, as usual, for the band. They love their DIY, mysterious kind of stuff. Now, if you were lucky enough to go, I think they had, I don't know if it was a release show or they just had a show where they had these on sale early, but I guess there was only 5. I thought there was more than that. These are the test press versions and alternate cover, so I was able to snag one of those because I'm friends with the band. So I said, please sell me one of those. And they said, okay. So stoked on that. Talked about the band's People's Tempo Project sounds a bit like Funeral Diner meets Ken Burns, definitely. I think that's actually a pretty apt comparison. Now you've got 4 People's Tempo Project songs here, Seminar 1 to 4. At least one of which is from like the demo sessions. There are other, like, I guess like a 5-song demo EP that came out a long time ago on Friendly Otter. Olin plug. So where am I going with that? Oh, there's also the intro, interlude, outro. Usually I'm not really big into interludes, outros, and so forth, but I love these ones because they utilize the self-help thing that I was talking about before. And the interlude in particular has some really, just really awesome, like, 8-bit synthy kind of stuff going on. It's just very, very good. Seminar 4 is probably my favorite of the PTP songs, but I mean, these are all really good. Now, this is not their last release since, but they have not released a collection of things since. There has only been like a song here, so a song there, pretty sporadically. I don't think they played for like 2 or 3 years. They just had a show recently, and I were assumed they were on hiatus. But guess what? They're not, because they just played the show. So one would really hope there's more material coming. I have seen so many songs live that they have still not, I don't know if they haven't recorded them, but they certainly haven't released them yet, and they're some of their best songs. So hopefully there's more PTP to come. What else we got? You should probably note, if you didn't know, that the drummer of People's Temple Project is Larry, Eric, who runs Larry Records. So Akashita is kind of the precursor to that. So Akashita was kind of first. I don't know if it was Greg and Larry doing that, or just Greg, and then Larry started his own thing as well. Greg was actually they're both very DIY in terms of how they package and do their releases and stuff. But Akashita Corp undoubtedly does some very interesting stuff, but maybe not so much anymore. I can't even remember the last time I saw something come out from them. Hopefully it's not dead, but Greg, I'm sure, will correct me. Greg, do it up. Sleeperwave's Last Jams. These 3 songs still have that like off minor vibe, but it's way heavier. Maybe like the newer Masonera. I don't know. There's a lot of like heavier, almost deathy vocals. They're not death vocals, but like very growly. And I think all 3 members contribute vocals, so you kind of get a swirling effect with that. One really high pitched, one mid range, and then you got like your lower end. So those 3 songs are absolutely fantastic. I think if I had to pick a favorite, it would probably Atrophy Through the Aperture, but Coward's really good too. And Shelf Life is shorter and more reminiscent of their earlier stuff, perhaps. Like I said, we are all sold out of those. I think that's it. So hopefully we get some more PTP material soon. I know Sleeperwave is done for, but at least we got the releases that we did, and the 2 that I got to put out on ZBR were really awesome. Although, let's be honest, that first EP is just as good as their stuff that's on the other releases. Next is going to be the crowning Mare Noir split cassette that came out, I don't know, one would assume after this. That will be coming out at some point, and probably in conjunction with the Missing Out Past the Rings, which is, I recorded that a while ago. Dave has just been getting ready to do his parts, Dave Cullen, that is, from Crowning, and he will do his parts for the Marine Noir. So we'll kind of get both of those at the same time, but I will record my part probably tomorrow. Unnecessary information? That is correct. So let's end it there, and I guess until next time, the bagels found me again! No!
This is extremely powerful, and although you may feel little difference, it uses state-of-the-art brain-mind technology to put you in a receptive state.